What is up, guys? Zan from the ZanMad YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a very unique play or a route that you can look for in your playbook that can beat the double Mabel or single Mabel coverage for a one-play score. Now, fortunately for us, this route is found in our brand new offensive game plan over on my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. If you guys have not checked out Gridiron Game Plans yet this year, you are missing out in a huge way. We have got so much content over there for just $9.95. You guys can unlock 9 offensive and defensive game plans and well over 120 vault tips, keeping you on top of the pro metas and how to counter them. This tip is coming to you out of the gun tight Y off offensive game plan, which I just released, written by Bobby V. He runs this out of the Kansas City Chiefs offense, which, as you guys know, is the offense I run this year, and I've been moving the ball with ease. You guys can too. So let's get into it here today. We're going to be talking about this formation and its strength for beating double Mabel, getting over the top of max zone drops, and also having one of the best RPOs in the game. So we're going to talk about this play, Mesh Spot. Now, the reason Mesh Spot is so good is that we have the ability, anytime we are facing the dreaded double Mabel coverage, to utilize this exaggerated fade route. You see this fade route that Mike Evans is on. This is a little bit different than a hot route fade, which really isn't a fade at all, because it does get a more angled release down the outside. Now, anytime you're facing someone who plays double Mabel coverage, they're going to be leaving their corners backed off at the line of scrimmage. They're not going to come up and press because zone drops do not drop fast enough. So you'll see them kind of back their players up like you see right here. This is a quick tell that this is a route that you should be utilizing to beat the double Mabel. Now, for this particular route combo, if you guys freeform a lot, you guys could probably freeform this outside over the top, especially if you use my settings, which you can find in a game plan of its own on the website. But in general, I would actually recommend this being something that you guys utilize on the short side of the field. And the reason that I would say this is that you really want to make sure that when you're facing this coverage, that you have the short side of the field, because we're going to want to pull the safety with a regular seam. So you see deeper down the field, there's more distance where Evans's route and Thomas's route kind of get further away from each other, if you will. This is going to be super key, because when you face this double Mabel coverage, all you really need is for this particular fade to get outside, and you're just going to throw it down an outside ball, and it's going to be able to throw that into the kind of back shoulder area of that wide receiver. You're going to be able to pick up a huge gain against this. And this is going to be really tough even for deep out KOs to get to as well. So as you can see right here, we got this stack alignment, this tight alignment. We're using Mike Thomas to hold the deep half inside, and we're using the fade to get outside and allow us to throw the ball into a spot where we can't get knocked out by an ability or get hit by the safety overall. This is a really safe throw that you guys can utilize, and it's something that you guys should definitely be working quite a bit against this coverage. Now, the other thing that's really cool about this is that if you guys do run my setups for freeforming, you guys can throw this no matter what, even if this is a little bit of a, freeforming trick. You're basically going to throw this back shoulder, and you can cut it off in front of the DB as well and kind of get this jump up animation. So this is something that I will do in my offense, just freestyle. In fact, I kind of just come out in my gun tight open, and I just freeform up and down the field without really setting up any route combos. This game plan's got a lot in terms of its ability to beat zones deep over the top. It's got some of the best post routes, some of the best crossing routes in the game. In general, this particular formation really gets after it. Some crazy routes that get over the top of 30-yard settings. But one of the other things that's really great about this is that it has one of the best RPOs in the game. And before we talk about that RPO, if you guys could do me a favor, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit the like button on the video, drop a comment below to help push this video out in the algorithm, and let me know what type of content you want to see here on the Zan Madden YouTube channel. Now let's talk about the best RPO in the game, or one of the best RPOs in the game. One of the reasons I really like this RPO glance out of this formation is that if our opponents are using the middle linebacker, especially if they're kind of swooping down on the run, this RPO does so much that your opponent has to worry about. First and foremost, they can't just sit down here and blitz this entire 6-man look. A lot of players in this 6-1, this is probably the most meta defense right now, love to sit here and blitz out of this. If they're doing that, you're going to have the easiest throw in the world out into the flat, and you're going to have this lead blocker to pick off the outside dropper, whether it's a zone drop, whether it's a deep outside third, whether it's a deep outside quarter. They cannot stop you if they're going to be blitzing off that side. Now, the other thing too is that if they're running the Mabel meta where they're putting purples and blues on both sides, you're also still going to be able to throw this because they will block the purple zone, which allows you to get the ball to the outside pretty easily. So this is a very annoying little RPO that your opponent is going to have to worry about. Now, the other thing that's really intriguing about this as well is that if they are going to do this and kind of try to manually shoot the run, so their user, when the ball snapped, tries to gap shoot, this is a glance RPO, which means that we have a slant on this play. So if you see that the middle linebacker bites over the middle, you actually can throw this little pop over the middle and rack it and pick up pretty good yardage. Keeping in mind all along that most of the players out there that run this defense are running a setup that looks basically like this, and then they're trying to engage or like run down at the center. If they're doing that, throw the ball over the middle and pick up a big gain with the rack catch animation. Again, if their user's kind of hanging back a little bit soft, you obviously are going to throw the ball out to the perimeter or hand it off and take what's given up the middle on the run RPO. But this is just the cusp of this offensive formation as a whole. Bobby V over on the website has it broken down to a science. This is his MCS competitive offense that he's running this year that he utilizes in tournaments. You guys should go check it out. It's a part of a larger offensive scheme that we have out of the Kansas City Chiefs, my favorite playbook in the game. I hope you guys liked today's video. Just a little bit of a Mabel beater and a good RPO for you, get you rolling on this offense. Go check out the rest of it on the website. I'm certain you won't be disappointed. Until next time, this is Zan. Get in the lab, man. Good luck.